All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of a dynamic warm-up here. So this is a good follow-along flow you can do to get your body prepared to start doing some more intense, more athletic type movements, okay? So I'm gonna start here facing this direction so you can see me from the side. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first we're gonna tuck the chin, and I'm gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time, find my hands to the floor, and then walk out nice and slow to the plank position or upper push-up position. Now I'm going to drop my heels, shoot my hips up and back, and then lift up the right leg and step outside the right hand. Pushing the left hand into the floor, I'm going to rotate up from the right side, reach up, look towards my hand, keep my shoulders down away from my ears, making sure my right knee is not collapsing in, and making sure my back knee is staying nice and straight. I'm going to bring the elbow inside the ankle, get a good stretch through the groin, then go ahead and place my hand on the ground, step that foot back, shoot my hips back into the air again. Now on the left side. Outside of the left hand, push the right hand into the floor, externally rotate down through the shoulder, reach up, look at the left hand, keep that back leg straight, externally rotate from the left hip, making sure that knee is not collapsing inward. Now we're going to go ahead and bring the elbow down again, getting a nice stretch through the groin. Then go ahead and place your hand back on the floor, step back into that push-up position. And now we're going to lower ourselves down all the way to the floor, reach the arms out to the side. Now I'm going to look towards my right hand as I lift up my right leg, open up the hip, place the foot on the floor, then bring it back nice and slow. Again, on the left side, making sure it turns towards the left hand, nice and slow, then back. Now bring the hands in, down to the ribs, so I got my thumbs in line with my rib cage. I'm going to push back up into that push-up position, send my hips up and back. And now this time I'm going to take my left hand, reach into the outside of my right heel, step my hand back on the floor, keep my hips up again, and now with the right hand reaching outside of the left ankle. Very good. Opposite again. A nice stretch. Nice prep to the body. Good. So now I'm going to bring my knees under my hips and my hands are going to be under my shoulders and I'm going to come into this quadruped position. Now, I'm going to lift the right hand off the floor as I bring the left leg underneath, rotate around into the tabletop position. If your fingers going straight back is a problem, make sure you can put your hands, fingers pointing out to the side, lift up your hips, open up your chest, pause here for a moment. Now drop your butt back down. Bring that right hand over and the left leg under to return back to that original quadruped position. And now we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So left hand up, right leg under, hand on the ground, push the hips up, open up the chest, pause here for a moment, and then back down, rotating around. Very good. Now, I'm going to take the right hand, left leg's going to come underneath, and my toe is going to point perpendicular to my body. If I had a rubber band on my big toe and in my hand, I'd be pulling here, making sure this left shoulder stays down away from the ear, and then return back to the starting position, and then follow that on the opposite side. Very good. Back to start. Now, step back into that plank position, push my hips up and back again. Now I'm going to reach that right leg up again, and now I'm going to step outside the right hand, pushing the left palm equally into the ground. I'm going to rotate, reach up with the right. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Right knee is away from the center line. I'm going to come down with the elbow on the inside of the ankle. Again, getting a nice stretch into the groin. Place the hand back on the floor, step back into the plank position. Push my hips up and back again. Now the left leg comes up, outside of the right hand. Left hand comes up. Shoulders are down away from the ears, looking up at the left hand, straightening the back leg as much as I can, making sure that the left knee is not collapsing in towards the center line of my body. The elbow comes down to the inside of the ankle, get a nice stretch inside the groin. I'm going to go ahead and place my hand back on the floor, step back into that plank position, lower myself nice and slow all the way to the floor, reach my arms out to the side, looking towards the right hand. Lifting up the right leg, opening up the hip, pausing here, and then returning back. Now looking over towards the left hand, lift up the leg, open up the hip, pausing here,
and then returning back. Now sliding my arms into the side. My arms are nice and long the side, thumbs are down by my ribs. I'm on my toes, nice straight body. I'm gonna push up. Very good. Send my hips up and back. Now I'm gonna take my left hand, I'm gonna reach to the outside of my right ankle. Place my hand back on the floor, right hand outside of my left ankle. Place my hand back on the floor. Again, right on the outside, left on the outside of the right. And now the right hand on the outside of the left. Very good. Now, bring the knees under the hips into the quadruped position. Right hand is going to come up, left leg is going to come underneath. I'm going to rotate around, push my hips up into the tabletop, opening up the chest. Pause here for a second. Drop your hips back down. Return back to the starting position. Repeat on the opposite side. Hips up. Very good. Back to your starting position. Now this time the right hand comes up. The left foot points perpendicular to the rest of my body. I got a push-pull going on here from my foot to my hand. And then I return back to the starting position. And then repeat that on the opposite side. Push-pull. Right shoulder down away from the ears. Back to the quadruped position. Now step back into that push-up position again. Push the hips up and back. And one more time. Right leg up, right leg outside of the right hand. Push the left hand to the ground, rotate, reach up towards the ceiling. Bring the elbow in. Place the hand back on the floor, go ahead, step back. Push your hips up and back again. Left leg up, outside of the left hand. Rotate and reach. Bring the elbow down, inside of the ankle. Place the hand on the floor. Very good. Lower yourself nice and slow. Arms tight to the side. Then we're going to reach out. Looking towards the right hand. Lift up the right leg. Open up the hip. Put it back on the floor. Left hand. Open up the hip. Put it back on the floor. Good. Arms come in. Thumbs down by the ribs. I'm on my toes. Nice straight, nice strong body. Push up. Very good. Now, hips are going up and back. Taking the left hand, reaching outside to the right ankle. Return to the start position. Right hand outside the left ankle. Return to the start position. Repeat. Left to the right. Right to the left. Very nice. Bring your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders into the quadruped position. We're going to rotate into that tabletop. Get those hips up. Open up that chest, open up that front line of the body. Drop your hip back down. Return the same way to the start position. Repeat on the other side. Rotate. Hips up. Remember, fingers can be out to the side if they can't be pointed the opposite way of the toes. Open up. Drop your hips now. Return to the starting position. Quadruped. Gonna sit. Foot is pointing perpendicular to the body. Left shoulder is down. I got a push-pull going. So right hand is pulling back, left foot is pushing forward. So return back to my quadruped and then repeat that on the opposite side. Back to my quadruped. Good. Step back into your plank. Now I'm going to walk my hands back. Grab my elbows and then roll up one vertebrae at a time. All right. Just a little warm-up flow for you to get ready to get to more serious work and the main part of your workout. See you in the next video.